Assalamu alaikum and good evening to you. Welcome to the second of a new show here on Salaam Radio 106.2 FM and Inspire FM 105.1 in Luton. Geared Up is your new fortnightly motoring show discussing everything motoring related. I'm Amir Suleman with my co-driver Akeel Khalil.
Assalamu alaikum.
Bringing you an hour on chat on anything motoring related. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and online at salamradio.co.uk, and you can find us on the TuneIn app as well as our very own Salaam Radio app, available on the App Store and Google Play, so please download that if you haven't already. Now we want you to get involved in the show, and you can do that via WhatsApp on 07745 278 978, or you can call us on 01733 602 133, or send us a Facebook Live message. We'd love to hear your opinion on the topics we discuss. It'd be great to have some interaction. Assalamu alaikum, Akeel. Are your tyres warmed up?
Slightly.
Oh, you're not inspiring much confidence, bro. Compare it to 2 weeks ago when we were our first show. You were buzzing.
No, well, I think one of them might have a slow puncher.
Okay. Well, I have got a pump.
Okay, well, great.
I just need to pump your ego. I think that's all I need to do. Basically, listen, we are excited to be back with you for a second show, and to kick things off, we're asking you this question: do passengers improve or hinder your journey? Do passengers improve or hinder your journey? 01733 602 133. If you want to come through on air and have a chat, please do that. Send us a Facebook Live message if you're watching us there, or you can text or WhatsApp us 077 45 278 978. You should know that.
I should know that.
You should know that.
It was there. I tell you what. I'll be honest with you. In my mind as it came, I saw the station manager moving his mouse across the other side, and it caught my eye. I apologise.
It's a good excuse.
278 978.
Thank you very much. Yeah, brother. Let me ask you: do passengers improve or hinder your journey?
I'd say they improve my journey.
Really?
Mostly.
Right, you need to. Right, okay, come on. I'm ready now. I'm ready for this.
Okay. Well, I tell you what it is. When you're in a car, I tell you what. Mostly they improve it unless you don't like the person you are ferrying somewhere, taxiing somebody somewhere, and you don't get along with them, and they're not having a conversation with you. Then it's a really, really long journey. However, if you have people who you get along with, maybe have similar interests or whatever it may be, suddenly you might be on a 4-hour road trip or a 8-hour road trip, for example, and you don't feel any of it because you're having a conversation, you're taking in the scenery, and you're enjoying yourselves. So I think for me overall, I'd say they certainly improve the journey and improve the conversation.
Well, I agree. Let me give you my opinion. I agree to an extent.
Okay.
It does depend on the individual, right? It does depend on the individual, absolutely. But I would rather have a passenger or passengers in the vehicle for the simple reason that you can have a conversation, right? And the journey just goes quicker. And it doesn't really matter who the passenger is. As long as you've got someone by your side or family with you or whatever, the journey will go a lot quicker and smoother. And you share experiences. You share the experience of the journey with people. Like you might see some amazing scenery, or you might see something, God forbid, a horrific car accident, and you share your experience with that person and their opinion. We've already getting some interaction, brother, so I've got to shut up and read these out. So someone shouted out, not if they talk over the sat-nav. Now, I've got to tell people that the reason somebody's written that in is because I'm going to share this.
That's fine.
We've travelled a fair bit.
Have we?
You and I together, yes. Namely, the Ireland road trip, not so long ago.
Great trip.
Great trip. And as you will probably deduce from our voices on radio, when my sat-nav, my lovely sat-nav female lady, is giving me instructions, my co-driver on the radio and in the car will very often talk over her as I'm trying to listen.
Hey, listen,
and I've got witnesses.
This is true. You have witnesses, and we've been here before.
So in that instance, passengers do hinder your journey.
Okay, well,
in that instance,
well, listen, I'm quite capable of driving, listening to the sat nav, and having a conversation without having any issues.
Okay, all right. Listen,
and the thing is as well, I obviously, as you know me, I'm just trying to finish my point, and you've missed the left. So am I the only one? Am I the only person who talks over a sat nav and then the driver misses the turning and then blames the passenger? There's got to be more people out there. If there is, please call the show or text us and let us know.
So I can't
be the only one.
So I missed the turning because you talked over the sat-nav. It's quite easy. We've got other texts, right? So Dr. Shabina, bless her, she said, yes, we're all geared up for this. Thank you very much for the pun there, sister. Brother Faisal, hurry up with the show, will you? I'm getting hungry. Wow.
Oh, okay. So isn't that... In fact, I'm sure he'd probably say that if he were in the car, wouldn't he? Hurry up and get there. I'm hungry.
Yeah, possibly. Thanks for that, Brother Faisal. Dr. Shabina said, my dad, as a passenger, hinders my journey. Really, sister? Wow. And then she says, I'm sure we can all relate. He verbally drives and I execute the actions. Oh, he's one of those backseat drivers. Oh. Like Hyacinth Bouquet. Oh. From Keeping Up Appearances.
Mind the cyclist.
Mind the cyclist, Richard.
Mind the pedestrian.
Bless Richard, who recently passed away.
He has, yes.
May he rest in peace.
Mind the postman.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and someone's giving you Salaam. Salaam, Mr. Akeel.
Walaikum Salam.
From a fellow Akeel.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go. There's a Salaam from someone.
Yeah, there's another one. Oh, by the way, Akeel, whoever just posted on Facebook, do you talk over the sat-nav when your colleague or friend or family member is driving? Am I the only Akeel doing it?
I think you're the only annoying passenger that does that sort of thing.
Fair enough.
Now listen, throughout the shows we're going to ask you to guess the number plate year each week without using Google. Please don't use Google, it's a bit of fun. This week is HREG. What years was the prefix HREG cars made? What years was the prefix HREG cars made? You know the numbers. I'm not going to repeat myself, or you can send a Facebook live message as well. We'll reveal the answer and those who have guessed correctly at the end of the show. Now, topic one, bro. For this first half, electric vehicles, right? It's a big topic. Are they good? Are they bad? Have you driven one? Have you got one? Are you getting one? Get in touch. Let us know. Electric vehicles. Your thoughts.
Electric vehicles. I think in the early days before Tesla was around, the concept was easily just rubbished, wasn't it? It was like, oh, you know what? There's not going to be enough charging points.
Yep.
They're going to run out of power really, really quickly. And then slowly we started seeing the early design. So, for example, if you look at the Toyota Prius,
which was a hybrid.
Hybrid. Okay, so obviously they came in first before we went fully EV,
electric,
right?
Yeah.
And you know the design wasn't great. I mean, I remember seeing it on the road. I was like, "Wow, is this going to be the future?" It looks like an ugly fish of some description with wheels.
It looked bad,
but the technology was awesome.
That's right.
Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. So the first impressions of where the future may be aesthetically wasn't pleasing, although the technology was mind blowing. Like, oh wow! So this is it's going to be more efficient. It's it's going to run on dual power, electricity and petrol.
Yeah.
And so as technologies moved on, and Tesla came into the market, so you had normal looking, sporty looking vehicles with electrical power,
albeit expensive,
right? I'm all for it. I see it as a completely... I mean, certainly the UK infrastructure in 2019 still isn't up to the point where you could have a mass market of millions and millions of drivers using EV. I think we're still playing catch up. But as a concept, which a concept has now become a reality, I think electrical cars are definitely the future.
Yeah.
And in the last 2 years, we have seen some of the world's fastest cars have been electrical. I think we spoke about it last time we did the show. Was it Rimac, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Rimac.
Okay, that's 2,000 horsepower.
Yeah. Now these are supercars. Right?
Obviously, I'm just saying. So, but just on a.
But let me, if I may, let me just set the scene for electric cars, because I think we need to have a bit of background on it before we can ask our audience to participate. So the popularity of electric cars in the UK has shot up over the last few years, with more than 195,000 plug-in vehicles on the road compared with just 3,000 in 2013. Now this huge increase in electric cars in 2018 has come about because of a greater level of choice for the drivers, as you've said, and a shift in the public's attitude towards electric cars and a constantly improving public recharging network. I can't stress that enough. I've done research on this, and the public charging network is definitely improving at a vast rate.
Yes.
Now combined, this means that UK electric car buyers now have a greater selection of vehicles to choose from than ever before.
Yeah.
And the future's bright, with with a number of plug-in cars set to be launched within the next year or so, and the UK government's plug-in car grant now is guaranteed until 2020. An electric car is now a viable option for a large number of motorists. And I'm even considering an electric vehicle for my next car.
I remember you saying, yeah.
So this grant, by the way, I think it's currently £3,500 that you get from the government, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, please do correct me. Sorry, before we come back to you, brother, we've got some other messages. Sister Shabina, Brother Akeel, post Eid 2016 was on the phone to me and I missed the exit on the M40. Had to drive 20 miles before the next exit came up. I didn't want to interrupt him as I thought it would be rude. Sister, please interrupt him because this guy... Let me finish,
What?
please. All he does is interrupt me. That's all he knows.
Whoa, how can you bring that? You're driving your car, you are on the phone to me. How is it my fault?
No, the point is, she didn't want to interrupt you. You're missing the point. She's so polite that she didn't want to interrupt you. Take a leaf out of Dr. Shabina's book.
But do you know what, sister?
Please.
I actually
Why are you
remember...
ignoring my comments?
Because I recall her saying to me, I've missed the turn.
You're skirting the issue. All you do is interrupt me. So, going back to the passengers hindering a journey, if it's Brother Akeel, he will hinder your journey. Glenn Jones, the wonderful Glenn Jones from BBC Radio Cambridgeshire, forget talking over the sat-nav, Akeel. I hate it when the sat-nav talks over the radio. I'd rather miss my turning than have the sat-nav interrupt the radio. Very good point.
Hey.
Very good point, and thank you so much for that comment.
Thanks, Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn's amazing, by the way. I know Brother Fessel has met Glenn on occasions on the times that we've appeared on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire Sunday Breakfast Show. But thanks for listening, Glenn. Appreciate your support. So electric vehicles, now there's viable options, right?
There is, yeah. So, as you know from the previous career that I used to have, and having recent conversations with colleagues, etc., I do know there is a significant investment that's been made for the future of EV in the UK.
Indeed.
So at the moment, the UK is a wonderful island for renewable energy.
Indeed.
We've got wind, lots of it. Obviously, not as much sun, but we have a lot.
You've got a lot of wind as well. Let's be honest.
We've got a lot of tidal power, right?
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
There you go.
I couldn't help it.
Listeners, did you see that?
I couldn't help it.
Did you see that? But anyway, so the future, one of the concepts for the future is going to be service stations, for example. At the moment, you have a traditional service station. You drive into it. You'll have your, where you can fill up your petrol. You'll have some EV charging points. You'll have some restaurants where you can go and eat, etc. Blah blah, all on one level.
Yeah.
But in the future, what's going to happen is, and there's a significant investment currently being made for this, where you'll have essentially a huge plot of land, a grid where cars are going to drive onto. They'll plug the vehicles into these pods or track where they're going to be on for 15 minutes. Quick charge, 15 minutes. We'll charge your car.
This is wireless charging.
Wireless charge. No, your car will be connected to it.
Okay.
Yeah. So they'll have all the different types of plugs and connectors for your cars. So you'll go there. You'll drive in your car. You'll park your car for 15 minutes. Fast charge. Your car the battery will be fully charged while you will be on a second level having your refreshments or having a break or a sleep or whatever it may be.
Okay.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is from where EV was to where it is now, charging is so much more faster now. Battery sizes have increased so much more.
That's true.
So the 300-400 mile ranges are happening now. But this is going to be replicated across the UK. So for example, like you know how you have your when you're on the M25 or the A1, you got your services. You'll be able to stop at all these, have fast charges.
Yeah, no, but these superchargers do already exist. They're not extremely common, but these superchargers do already exist. And I know a friend of mine who's got a Tesla that drove to Poland in it. And he was able to, he planned his journey accordingly based on range and where the nearest supercharging unit would be. And he would have, it would be Tesla built supercharge units. And he was able to make his way to Poland using these superchargers, which he didn't find as an inconvenience because you need a break anyway.
Yes, that's right.
After driving 300-400 miles. But the range anxiety, which was once a problem for electric vehicles and put a lot of people off, is slowly dissipating.
Definitely.
Because of the increased battery size and the technology. But the costs are also coming down.
Yeah.
Right, because you've recently had the launch of the Kia e-Niro, which will be out in April, and the Hyundai Kona, which is all electric. These cars are £35,000 with 300 miles claimed range, which is, some petrol cars have that as on a tank of fuel.
Yes.
So my point is, it's becoming affordable. Range anxiety is going away. And I think it's time for people to genuinely consider buying an electric vehicle. Now, earlier in the week, I put out a few questions on Facebook. So Brother Ishfaq said, like them or hate them, electric vehicles are the future. Most major manufacturers are no longer developing or researching into diesels. Mercedes, for example, they use a 2.1 diesel engine across its range, but once the stockpile of engines is sold, they will not be producing any more, and putting all of their energy into electric vehicles, hybrid, petrol, and alternative fuel vehicles. Most major cities in Europe have started to penalise the use of heavy fuel vehicles, and soon they will not be allowed into central parts of the cities. Cambridge is one of the first cities in the UK where in the next couple of years only fully electric taxis will be permitted in the city. So electric vehicles are the future, and the sooner people adopt that, the better.
Yes, I agree. And I just want to go back to a little bit where you were talking about costs. I mean,
Yeah.
don't forget, these cars, they don't need an oil change. You know, when you're getting your servicing done,
Yeah.
if you're filling up at a petrol station, it might cost you £60-70.
That's right.
But a full charge of your batteries may cost you £5-6.
That's true. Very
Okay,
true.
so you know, economically, it's seriously viable.
It is viable.
And I think it's a lot of the people who bought their electric cars early on, they were the early adopters.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, even a lot of people who are changing now, are saying they wouldn't switch back.
That's very true. More messages coming in. Dr. Shabina said H-Reg is a 1990 car. The answer is from her husband, brother Asad Qayyum. Thank you, brother, for your answer, but I'm sorry to be the one to tell you that is incorrect. It's partially correct.
Ooh.
There's a clue. It's partially correct. Brother Zahir, if everyone had an electric car, there would be a long queue at the charging stations. What are your thoughts on that?
And what I said from the beginning, there isn't the infrastructure in place at the moment.
There isn't.
In an ideal world, my answer to that would be, in an ideal world, all councils across the UK, regardless of whether you live in a terrace, semi-detached, detached, whatever type of house you have, there will be a connection, public connection, whether that's through lampposts and however they're going to do it. In an ideal world, every single house will have its own connection where you can have this, so you wouldn't have an issue where there will be copious amounts of cars outside service stations looking to get a charge.
You're right. You're right. Someone else has texted in just now, WhatsApp. Thank you for the interaction. Keep it coming, please. Many large car companies are investing into the electric vehicle category, such as the Porsche Taycan. That's a new one for me. The new Aston Martin SUV and the Honda Urban EV. Another thing to take into account was the increasing number of people taking interest in Formula E. That's a very important thing.
Yes, Formula E, going for a while. It's going strength to strength.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He goes on to say, I personally think electric could... Oh, my screen's gone off. I personally think electric could take over, if not completely dissipate, the petrol-diesel industry. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Let's have a look. So I had some more interaction earlier in the week as well. Brother Saqib Nazir said VW have invested $800 million in the development of electric vehicles in the USA. EV are the future. Diesels are being phased out. Direct injection petrol engines are a current thing now. Then it's hybrid and then full electric. So it's clear, right? This is going to be the future.
Yeah, sorry.
Right?
Just when I hear VW and diesel and electric, I just can't get over Dieselgate.
Well, Dieselgate was a big thing, right? There was
so $800 million or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Just seems like pocket change, really, compared to what happened previously.
Absolutely.
I suppose you could say mud sticks.
Yes, yeah, that's a good point. Someone else texted, interacted on Facebook earlier in the week. Brother Faisal said it depends. So the question I asked, actually, I said, what do you think of EVs? Would you buy one? Have you got one? Do you have range anxiety? Does the recharge time put you off? So Brother Faisal said it depends if it's a coal power station, which is supplying the electric, or is it nuclear with all that nuclear waste? What we need is a car powered by hydrogen, which just runs on water.
Wow, great idea.
Yeah.
Really good idea.
My understanding is if a car is powered by hydrogen, I think the, what's the word? Not the fumes, the water is what it produces. That's what comes out of the vehicle.
Right.
That's the waste, is water. So I mean, that is the perfect way to go, right? But I don't think these hydrogen cell batteries have not been developed enough, and I think they're really prohibitively expensive.
Okay.
That's why this has not gone down the popular route.
I tell you what's good though. It's good that we're having this conversation, and it's great to see that the world is starting to adopt. It's a change because guess what? We've been addicted to petrol for a long time.
That's true.
And all of our cars, our favourite cars that we like, we see the performance of them on our favourite shows, or whether we've driven them on test tracks.
Yeah.
They're all petrol powered.
That's true.
There's only things like when you had your hybrid cars, like the Porsche 918.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's a phenomenal car, right?
Amazing.
Amazing car. So I think what we're seeing now is a commitment from manufacturers, probably because diesel is being forced out.
Yeah.
That they've had to really go and develop something new, because I think they were quite comfortable just selling diesel.
Yeah.
But obviously, as a human species on Earth, we have to look at the future, and the future at the moment is going to be EV until something more cleaner like hydrogen becomes viable.
Absolutely. Dr. Shabina is her husband, Brother Asad, is pushing back. He said he would like to assert that H-Reg was released in 1990. Brother, it was released in 1990, but the question was, what years was the H-Reg car? What years was the H-Reg car?
I tell you what, H-Reg car reminds me of my friend's old school grey square Nissan Micra, fully kitted out.
Well, lovely. I'll tell you what the car I fell in love with and I miss. I had a I'm giving the answer away now.
Oh, well, you didn't.
I didn't.
You didn't.
I didn't.
You had
it was
something.
An H-Reg.
Yeah.
It was an H-Reg, a Toyota Corolla GTI 16-valve twin cam.
Oh, very, very popular car with the boy voices in Peterborough.
Yes, it was white. I loved that car. It was amazing. I had to sell it because, normal marriage duties and the like, children. I needed a more serious family saloon. But if I saw a mint one today, I would purchase that vehicle.
Ali, are you listening to that?
Yeah.
If you're listening, Ali, your dad has just said he would buy a mint twin cam.
Okay, Brother Saqib has texted in, Vauxhall Ampera was a game changer. Ampera?
Yes, that one didn't look too bad, you know.
It was a game changer. It had a small engine, just got charging the car batteries. I had a small engine that was charging the car batteries. I'm actually not familiar with that vehicle.
I'll get you the picture.
The Vauxhall Ampera. Thank you for that. Dr. Shabina, I would like to communicate the hands up in the air gesture. Okay, thank you for that. Listen, we've had some messages about the passengers. Do they improve or hinder your journey? Someone sent in, they improve the journey because I have someone to sing to. Somebody said.
Wow. What do you sing? What do you sing?
What do you sing?
Will you come on and sing?
Oh, the Ampera. I'm familiar with that
vehicle.
Yeah, I've just been shown a picture.
It looks pretty cool.
I've just been shown a picture of that. Brother Zahir has texted in the H-Reg. We're going left and right here. Brother Zahir has texted in H-Reg is 1990 and 1991. Thank you for your answer, Brother Zahir. We will reveal the correct answer at the end of the show.
Is that DJ Face?
Brother Fessel said H-Reg 1969 and 1990. Okay, so what? Okay.
Nah, you can't be serious.
No, but look at what he's done. He's provided the suffix and the prefix.
Yeah, doesn't he?
So
he did that last time. Do you know that?
No, but what he did was last time he gave this only the
suffix.
No, the suffix first.
Then
the prefix.
Then the prefix.
Yeah. So that's incorrect, Brother Fessel. Because I did mention the prefix. Anyway, sorry. Someone else said kids ruin the journey because of the constant squabbling. And it depends on who the passengers are. Friends improve the journey. Family hinders the journey.
Kudos to whoever just said that.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, listen, there's going to be a lot of people nodding to that answer.
I think, yeah, that's interesting. I'm not going to agree to that because
Ali's listening
and my family's listening. So I'm not going to agree to that. Keep them coming in, please. 07745 278 978. Or someone call in, please, if you want to discuss your opinion on electric vehicles. 01733 602 133 to let us know your thoughts on that. But electric vehicles, I have to say, brother, just talking about our own opinions now, as you know, we've been talking a lot off air about this, and I honestly believe that it's a time to start considering an electric vehicle. Some of them are costly and prohibitively so, but there are some. Okay, you might not have the brand that you want, but you've got to look at what you're getting.
Yeah.
In terms of an electric vehicle, you've shared a lot of this already. You know, the reduced servicing costs. In theory, the reduced servicing costs, but then the electric cost is considerably less than your fuel costs.
Yeah. Look, I tell you what. Having travelled throughout London, a lot of people, and we've had this discussion as well.
Yeah.
I travelled extensively throughout London in a car.
Yes.
Over the last 2 years.
You did.
And one thing, there was a congestion charge.
Right.
And they are also there was going to be a new charge they were going to be bringing in to do with diesel engines. If it's Euro 6 below, then there's going to be an additional charge, right?
That's correct.
All of these things add up. But when you go on EV, you don't have to pay road tax in most of these cars.
That's right.
You don't have to pay the congestion charge on these cars. And then straight away, all these little things, they start adding up and you start saving money.
That's right. I mean, imagine it, right? Because it's quite a new concept to all of us. You charge your car overnight, okay? You wake up in the morning, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
And most people, I would guess, if you're not a business driver, you would do less than 100, 150 miles in a day, right? Just pottering about doing your normal, whether it's a commute or running errands or the school run or whatever. Electric vehicles are the way to go, especially if you're not a big driver.
Yeah.
But even if you are, with the range growing on the batteries, it's a serious viable alternative.
Yeah, and multiple points across the UK network where you can charge.
If you plan well, you plan your journey well, you can do it. Absolutely. We're coming up to a break. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. It's only show 2, so we're still finding our feet, and I hope you're finding we're loving the interaction, so you need to keep that going, definitely. Brother Faisal says EV charging takes too long, not enough charge points. Good point, but it's growing vastly, brother.
Well, it's getting a lot faster.
It's getting faster, and the points are growing.
Yeah.
Brother Saqib had the privilege to look at pre-production vehicles about 6 to 7 years ago. I think he's talking about the Vauxhall Ampera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Stay tuned, please, to Geared Up, and thank you to our listeners in Luton as well via Inspire FM. We're going to be back with you in 4 minutes with a second topic, inshallah.
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break.
Third world and developing countries are home to some of the most vulnerable children on the planet. Malnutrition, severe lack of medical aid and access to clean water are just some of the horrific challenges faced by orphans across Africa and Asia. Children of Adam, a Peterborough charity, need your help to bring aid to these orphans for just £25 a month. To sponsor an orphan or assist with other projects, please call 0300 321 0032 or visit www.childrenofadam.net.
सोचिए अगर आपको NHS GP की सर्विसेज हफ्ते इतवार और रोजाना शाम को मुहैया हो। जी हाँ, अब पीटरबरा GP हब ने इसको हकीकत का रंग दे दिया है। बर्बरी मेडिकल सेंटर, क्रेग स्ट्रीट, PE1 2EJ में ये सर्विसेज मुहैया हैं और आप शाम का और वीकेंड का अपॉइंटमेंट बनवा सकते हैं। अपॉइंटमेंट बुक कराना बहुत आसान है। अपनी नॉर्मल GP सर्जरी को फोन करें और GP हब के लिए अपॉइंटमेंट बुक करवाएं। तफसीलात के लिए अपनी GP सर्जरी से रुजू करें।
Had a car accident or an accident at work? Accident specialists are experts in no-win, no-fee accident claims. Leave the hassle to us. Our multilingual settlement experts will manage the entire claims process on your behalf, with nothing to pay up front. We provide services such as credit hire, taxi vehicles, recovery, storage and much more. For full details on our range of services and a free consultation, call us on 01733 555 774 or visit our office at 249 Lincoln Road opposite the NatWest Bank. Accident Specialists. Start your successful claim today.
Need a great place to chill out? Look no further than The Lounge for quality food and drinks at a great price. Try our varied menu: pasta, seafood, burgers, grills, salad, soup, rice and sides. Also hot and cold drinks, milkshakes and mocktails. Leave room for our exquisite desserts. The Lounge, 417 Lincoln Road, Peterborough. Call 01733 709 306 to order for delivery. The Lounge, friendly service with a great atmosphere.
Do you or someone you know have questions about Muslims? Want to find out about true Islam and get past the headlines? Then come along to visit my mosque open day at Masjid Khadija and Islamic Centre on Sunday the 3rd of March. Everyone is welcome, all faiths, no faith, all ages. Join us in a friendly atmosphere for a cup of tea and a bite to eat. Learn about the charity work we do, observe Muslim prayer, take away free books. This year we also have a great interactive storytelling session for kids at 1:30. For more information, go to visitmymosque.eventbrite.com. #visitmymosque. Open day, Sunday the 3rd of March at Masjid Khadija and Islamic Centre, 311 to 313 Cromwell Road, Peterborough, PE1 2HP. Pop in and see us between 11 and 5. Let's get to know each other better.
Bismillah. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الدعاء مخ العبادة. That supplication is the essence of worship.
Peterborough's community radio station, Salaam Radio, 106.2 FM.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to Geared Up. I hope you're staying with us throughout the second half of this hour show. Second show, isn't it? It's only the second show.
Yeah.
Subhanallah. Feels longer. Feels like we're doing it longer.
Feels like we're in cruise control.
Nice little pun. I like it. Welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed the first half. We're going to change gear. There's another pun. We're going to change gear now. We're not selecting reverse. We're still going forwards. And before we do that, we've got some more comments on our electric vehicles topic. And this one is from Brother Faisal. He said, when electric vehicles are used by more people, the government will change the rules and start charging more tax and congestion. Don't forget what happened with diesel. What an excellent point. Look what happened with diesel. Government were telling us, get diesel cars, get diesel cars.
Yes, this is true.
And now they flipped it.
Yep. Money's money. Money
What's that all
talks.
about? Money talks. He said getting rid of all those old batteries is going to be a nightmare when these cars need to be scrapped.
Yes, but I think obviously there will be facilities in place to do that. Hopefully to recycle them.
There will be, but look, Brother Faisal's got a point, right? And I know some other people have been commenting similar. Is that there is going to be other problems, byproducts of the fact that everyone's going electric.
This is true, but and hence why I said at the top of the show, was that the infrastructure certainly isn't in place now.
No,
but it will be.
It will be.
It will be.
And it is getting there.
Yes,
it is getting there. I'm actually quite excited.
Yeah,
because as you said, the acceleration of some of these cars, even your run-of-the-mill cars,
that's right,
astonishing.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's the whole regenerative braking thing is just
that's from F1. Yeah,
yeah, and some of these cars you can actually drive just with one pedal. It's accelerator and then off. It's just like a go-kart.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. A Nissan Leaf is one of those cars, by the way. But we must change topic. Sadly, we must change topic.
I'm sure the council's got a Nissan Leaf.
They have.
Yeah.
I see it literally floating around. Do you like that?
Very good.
Another little pun there.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, but I don't go near it. I tend to leave it alone. Anyway, right. Listen, we've got to change topics.
Oh my god.
And we're going to talk about a topic which I'm going to be quite excited about, which is the top 10. Actually, it's more than 10. The top coolest movie cars.
Oh my god.
I'm really looking forward to this. Do you want to kick things off for us, brother?
No. I have to say. Okay, so car number 1, Aston Martin DB10 in the movie Spectre. What a gorgeous looking car. Wow.
And what he does with that car is amazing.
Yes, this is true. Yes, but I mean the shape of this car.
Yeah.
Just it has a real presence about it, doesn't it?
It does.
Seriously cool and fast car.
I remember there was and other listeners I'm sure will remember this as well. There was, I think it was an early Daniel Craig movie, one of the first or second Bond he did. I forget the names. Could have been Quantum of Solace or one of the others.
Was that his first one? Was it Casino Royale?
Casino Royale could have been the first, but there was Ford paid the movie producers a significant amount of money to have James Bond drive around in some scenes in their new Ford Mondeo.
Oh.
Do you not remember that?
I don't recall it, no.
And it just looked ridiculous.
Wow. So out of place.
Yeah.
In a Ford.
In a Ford Mondeo.
Wow.
And I mean, that's a great car. I have to admit, that car that came out then was a good Ford Mondeo. It was a nice looking vehicle. But when he pulled up to this 5-star hotel and he got out and he gave the keys to the valet guy and it was a Ford Mondeo, I think that is poor judgment of product placement.
Wow.
It was terrible. But anyway, yeah, so that was number 1, was it?
Yes.
Okay. So
well, there's not. I wouldn't say there's actually. It's not going by numbers. It's just going.
It's just a list.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, there's one which probably wasn't seen much in the UK when it was released, which is the DeLorean DMC-12, which was used in the very famous film Back to the Future, right?
Yes.
As a time machine. Now, I know there's a lot of story around DeLorean, which was, I think it was the name of the guy who launched that car company, and it was ill-fated, and it was a complete horror story in terms of running a business. It was terrible, but it has got a cult following, largely thanks to the film Back to the Future. But I don't see that as a real car that we can relate to, because there were so many of them that were not produced. And I mean, it says here on this article that I was referring to, it's no secret that the car driven in the Back to the Future franchise is an icon. First appearing on screen in 1985, the DeLorean took the world by storm as an unusual and cool-looking car. But unfortunately, in reality, you'd be lucky to get it up to 88 miles an hour. It is a ridiculous car.
Okay, well, I've got up next then a iconic American muscle car.
Yeah.
And that's the Dodge Charger.
Oh, well, now I do like the Dodge. The
I
Charger.
mean, there's a real presence about this car, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
straight line speed, bright colours. I mean, the incarnations of what you see of him now as well.
Yeah, we'll ignore the Confederate flag on the roof.
Yes, we will ignore that completely, hence why I didn't mention it.
But it's interesting, though.
It
isn't
is interesting, yes. I mean, don't forget, this was in the Dukes of Hazzard 1969, so it kind of makes sense with the livery.
Well, no, the car was a 1969 Dodge Charger, but the show was in the 80s.
Oh, I see. But
Yeah.
I'm saying the livery makes sense.
Oh, the livery makes
Yeah.
sense. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I see your point.
Yeah.
I see your point.
But I wanted the next one. Can I just say?
Do the next one.
No, I want you to do it. But before you do it, I just want the world to know. I love this van. This is the coolest van on the planet. And whenever I see a picture of it, even now, I look at it and think, "Oh my God, I wish I was part of this team."
It was an iconic van. We are, of course, talking about the GMC Vandura van from the 80s.
Oh wow!
I mean, it is an amazingly iconic van. I think driven by Mr. T. B.A.
Yeah, and that's who I was. I was BA. I was Mr. T.
You were B.A. B.A. Brackers was his name.
Yep.
Mr. T was a character. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Copious amounts of jewellery.
Copious amounts of jewellery and great punchlines and you name it.
And it was a 1983 GMC Vandura, which is a TV icon. And to be honest, it says here, let's thank Mr. T for having a fear of flying and therefore having to drive this beast.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think after that, though, it's quite a famous film, The Italian Job. You have the Mini Coopers.
Yeah.
And the Mini Cooper, essentially, I think, is one of the most iconic cars of all time, personally. It's been in many, many different films.
Yeah.
But in this one, obviously, you had the 3 different colours. But not just that. I mean, the certain version, the latest versions of these cars are no longer, quote-unquote, Mini.
Yeah.
But the original Mini is definitely a cool car.
It is very cool. Timeless. Absolutely timeless. I actually like what BMW did with bringing Mini back.
Yes.
I think they did a good job with
They've
it.
certainly revived the brand.
They absolutely have.
And there are many, many different versions of Minis now, aren't there?
Yeah, you've got the Clubman, the Countryman, you've got the
Cooper, the Cooper S.
Yes, the Cooper S, exactly. But no, I think what they've done, because a lot of people at the time, and I still think the purists, don't like the fact that the Mini was relaunched because it's lost the fact that it is Mini, because some Minis are big cars now.
They're big cars now.
They're normal family cars.
Yeah.
But they still keep, I think, the essence of, in my opinion, the essence of what it was to
Really?
be a Mini. I do, honestly. I think if you look at an old Mini and you compare it to a new one, the character that the car has in terms of the round headlights at the front, I still think it's very Mini-esque.
I think me and you were travelling not so long ago recently,
Yeah.
and we saw the very latest Mini, and it had Union Jack flags in the rear lights. Can you recall?
Oh, yes.
That looked really cool, didn't it?
So in the brake lights,
Yeah.
you could just, so our listeners understand, the brake lights, even when they weren't illuminated, there was a different tone to the lens, a slightly darker or slightly lighter tone, which was the Union Jack.
Yeah, it looked really cool.
Yeah. We've had a text in. This is from my son, bless him. He said, my favourite Mini has got to be Mr. Bean's green Mini, which is an iconic Mini.
Very iconic Mini, Ali.
Which was locked. Do you remember? With a padlock. Brilliant.
Oh, that poor Teddy.
Yes, we've had some other messages as well. Let's have a look here. Brother Faisal loves the 18 van. He said we should get one and go on road trips.
Yes, yes, I'm in. I'm BA, your face. Just want to put that out there.
Face or phase?
Well, he's...
Oh, dear. Brother Sakib, he said, oh, my goodness. My customer has an exact replica 18 van. I can make your dreams come true.
Oh, wow.
Brother Sakib, we need to talk off air.
Well, listen.
We need to talk because we need to see this. I want photos with this.
Yes.
I want to wear copious amounts of jewellery. Whoa.
A
Mohican wig.
Yeah, but you're Murdoch.
Oh, Murdoch.
Yeah. I'm BA. I'm going to get all the fake jewellery and stuff. That's me, not you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically, you're also afraid of flying.
This is true.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is my moment. This is my calling. Brother Sakib, make it happen, please.
Yeah, please make it happen.
And also, I want to see Brother Amir as Murdoch. So we've got Face. I tell you what, we've got Face, we've got BA,
Yeah.
and we've got Murdoch.
Yes.
We need a Hannibal.
That's what we need, a Hannibal. If anyone wants to be Hannibal in our little makeshift A team, do let us know. We can make it happen. Brother Sakib can make it happen.
The B team.
It'll be amazing. We've had some other messages in, bro. It's difficult to keep up, I have to say. Someone said, I prefer to drive alone. I can listen to what I want and sing badly as loud as I want. Was that you that texted in?
No, I didn't. But I tell you what, I will sing badly with passengers.
I know you will, and as will I. Somebody said passengers improve the journey. The chat and the banter makes the drive shorter. Someone else has texted in to say that H-Reg cars were made in 1991, 1992, which is interesting. And we will let you know about that at the end of the show. But also, coming up in about 5-7 minutes, we're going to be discussing the latest car news as well. But before we come back to that, we're going to go back to the coolest cars. Which one did we get up to? We did the Mini Cooper, right? Well, next is, I mean, everyone knows this. It's the Pontiac Trans Am in black.
Oh, my God.
With the lights at the front, you know. Woo, woo,
hey, Michael.
Woo, woo. That's a terrible impression.
Sorry,
was that your impression? What was he? Got a guitar? That sounded awful. He needs to see a doctor, or he needs a service.
I tell you what,
this is Kit.
That was me being Kit.
Right, this is Kit's night. Oh, I was going to say what it stands for. Can anyone message in and tell me what KIT stood for? I remember this as a child. I remember and never forgotten. But if anyone can tell me what KIT stood for, you'll get a mention. So message in KITT. What did it stand for? But the Pontiac Trans Am, I mean, as a car, terrible. The Pontiac Trans Am as a car, awful. Design-wise, I think straight lines, it was fine, but like most American cars, on the bend it was
dreadful. But we're saying this now in 2019, but in the 80s, this was epic.
Yeah, I'm talking about KIT, though, so we have to remember... We're not talking just about the Pontiac Trans Am. We're talking about KIT.
Yeah,
remember the steering
wheel?
I
do recall it. Yeah,
it was amazing.
In the 80s, it just looked fabulous.
The turbo boost.
Oh wow!
Which weirdly, you press turbo boost, he would get air. So he'd press turbo boost and he could jump over things.
Yeah, it's just brilliant.
It's crazy.
Absolutely brilliant.
But we believed it because we were kids and we loved it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, one of us was kids.
Oh wow! I was a child in the 80s.
No, you weren't.
Wow. So Brother Saqib has mentioned Knight Industries. You're half right, Brother Saqib, because it's KITT. So you got the K and the I, but your brother Zahir, has come in with it on the head, saying Knight Industries 2000. That's what it stood for.
Wow!
Did you know that?
I do now.
Knight Industries 2000. And I remember Devon, who headed up Knight Industries 2000.
Wow!
The silver-haired, suave Brit. Do you not remember him?
Vaguely.
Wow.
Yeah, vaguely.
Okay.
I'll tell you what's coming up next, though, is a very, very famous car driven by someone who sadly passed away, Mr. Paul Walker.
Oh, yeah.
And this also was one of my favourite Japanese cars, can I just say, when I used to go to school.
Yeah.
See these on the road, very young. This is an amazing car. This is the Toyota Supra. Now, we know, potentially next show or whatever, we're going to look at the new one as well. But this particular car, this was amazing. So this is the Mark IV Toyota Supra.
An amazing car.
Wow.
I love that
Twin
car.
turbo.
Twin turbo, yes. This is an amazing car, and a friend of mine had one, actually. And I absolutely loved that car. I went out in it a couple of times. Didn't drive it. Wouldn't let me drive it. But I went out in it a couple of times. No, neither would I. But, I mean, it was just so nice. It had the T-bar roof as well.
Yeah.
And it was just and a fast car.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Which is making a comeback. Let's not forget.
Yes, that's right. And it looks absolutely amazing now.
If you haven't seen the images of the new Supra, which is coming out, it's not out yet, is it?
I think it is it?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But if it is, get one, because I'd love to have a go in it. But if it isn't out, just Google the images of the new Supra. I think it's a great homage, I think, to a past style icon, I think, in a way. But, yeah, that was Fast and the Furious. Then we have... Oh, now this is one of my all-time favourites. Not because of the car...
Okay.
But because of the scene it was in.
Oh, okay.
So if you're familiar with Steve McQueen, a film called Bullet... have you seen that film?
No.
Okay, it's an old film.
There you go.
It's an old film, but you know, I think you need educating.
Oh, right? Do I?
Because just because films are old doesn't mean you can't watch them anymore.
I didn't say that.
They're recorded, so you can watch them in the future.
Oh,
that's how it works.
Hence the DeLorean.
Hence the DeLorean.
Oh, okay.
Right, so this car is the Bullet Mustang, right? So you can't have a list of the coolest movie cars without including Steve McQueen. It's just not possible. This dark green Bullet Mustang is an icon amongst the car world. So much, in fact, that Ford have brought it back with a modern-day homage Mustang. And the race between the Bullet Mustang and the Dodge Charger is truly iconic. If you haven't seen this car chase in the film Bullet, just Google it. car chase bullet movie and watch this car scene. It is absolutely amazing. And from memory, Steve McQueen did all the driving himself.
Oh, right, okay.
It is absolutely legendary. What's next?
Next is the Dodge Monaco sedan.
No one's going to know what that is.
No one's going to know that, so we'll go past that because they're going to know the next one.
Okay.
The next one, this is just giving me great nostalgia right now.
Go on.
The Cadillac Miller Meteor, the ECTO-1 in the Ghostbusters.
I think you mean the Ecto one.
Oh, right. Great car.
Great car.
Have you seen this I've seen this in the flesh in London.
Have you?
Yes. Oh, wow. What a car. Real presence about it as well.
It's a wide car as well.
I believe, obviously, it was a replica.
Okay.
Great looking car. But this brings back memories.
Yeah. But I think was it not originally designed, I could be wrong here, was it not designed to be a hearse?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
I think it
was. When you strip back the gadgets and stuff, that makes sense, actually.
Yeah, I think it was a hearse, And then in the movie, I remember they bought it and they turned it into the Ecto 1. In Ghostbusters, but it's an iconic vehicle, no doubt about that at all. I think there are more. What's next on your list?
Herbie.
Oh, the VW Beetle.
Oh, wow. I mean, but Herbie the Love Bug.
Yeah.
This is definitely a classic, isn't it? But again, from a far distance memory.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But I remember growing up watching a lot of these Herbie movies, actually. They're made in the 60s, but of course, as I've just told you, you can watch old films in later years because they're recorded. That's the technology. That's how it works.
Then you got the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh, right, yeah.
Again, this is a great looking car. I know we're just joking about old films, etc. But have a look at the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang online. An image of this great looking thing.
It's a great looking thing. I don't know what car it was. Was it based on anything, or was it just totally made for this film?
I think it was just made for the film.
I don't know. But the next one is a crazy one.
Oh my God!
It is crazy. So this is a film called Taxi, which, from memory, if anyone knows who Jimmy Fallon is, he's now a very successful late-night chat show host in America. It was one of, I think, the only film he ever did, if I remember, with Queen Latifah, right? And it's a film called Taxi. I believe it was that film. I could be wrong.
I can't believe what I'm looking at.
And it's a Peugeot 406.
Yes, but it's not just a normal Peugeot 406, is it?
No, it's not.
It's got a hideous front bumper.
Spoiler.
It's a spoiler.
It's a spoiler on the front.
Oh my God.
So what it says here about it is that the Peugeot 406 has to be the best Peugeot ever on screen and probably one of the only. Not only did it look cool, but it was wicked fast. I remember the first time I watched this film, this is by the author, was in a French lesson at school because it's based on a French film and it was the coolest lesson I ever had. Maybe that's why I did so well at French in the end. So I have to correct myself. This is not the Jimmy Fallon movie. This is the original French movie that had the Peugeot 406.
Oh, I see.
In. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the next one is a great car. It's a Rolls-Royce 100EX. It was in Johnny English Reborn. Fantastic looking car.
Oh.
However, it was a concept car built especially for the film. So it had unusually a 9-litre V16 engine which produced 770 brake horsepower. Huge upgrade from the standard 6.75-litre V12. Great looking thing.
Interesting fact about this. So Rowan Atkinson was speaking to BMW, of course, who I think still do own Rolls-Royce, if I'm not mistaken, and he was talking to them about the vehicle they can use in this movie. And they said, well, we'll give you this Rolls-Royce, which was a concept car. And then he said, well, I understand that you've developed a V16 engine. Can we have one with that engine in? And they actually fitted the V16 engine in just for the movie in this vehicle. It was a one-off, but it was worked. You could drive it. It was a working vehicle. So that Rolls-Royce that we're referring to here, the 100EX, was the only one from this movie, was the only one that had the 9-litre V16 engine fitted.
Wow.
At his request.
Fun fact.
Fun fact for you.
Please do the next one. It's one of my favourite cars of all time.
We'll have to make this the last one because we're pushing on for time. But this is the Aston Martin DB5.
Wow.
Amazing looking car with Sean Connery propped up against it on
Timeless.
my hand right now. Timeless.
I thought that was you.
That's not me. If it was me, it was in another life. And this is Goldfinger. This was in Goldfinger, which is a classic James Bond film. Probably the most iconic James Bond car ever. Right, it doesn't get more James Bond than a DB5.
No.
And it's in a lovely silver colour as well. I'd love to carry on with this list, but we're just running out of time, and I need to put people out of their misery and tell them that the car, the H-Reg prefix cars, were released, as Brother Asad said, in 1990. So it was the 1st of August 1990 through to the 31st of July 1991. So the answers I was looking for was 1990 and 1991, and I believe, looking back on the messages, that Brother Zahir got 1990 and 1991. So well done, Brother Zahir, for getting that correct, and thank you everyone else for having an attempt at naming those 2 years as well. I've been sent some images as well by Brother Saqib, who sent me images of the 18 van.
You are joking. Oh my God.
Wow, I need to check that out after the show. That's amazing. Quick few minutes on some latest car news from the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, okay, so I'll kick you off with the Bugatti Chiron.
Yeah, go ahead.
They've got a new model out. It's called the Bugatti Chiron Sport 1110 ANS Special Edition. Now, this is going to cost $2.65 million.
Oh, it's just over my budget.
just over. Only 20 of them are going to be made, and this is to celebrate Bugatti ushering in the 110th anniversary of its foundation. And I have to say, guys, this car just looks insane. It's one of the most... It's probably the most epic looking Bugatti I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
It just looks awesome in every... I mean, it's amazing. Please have a look at it online.
But it does beg the question, doesn't it? I mean...
Oh, yeah, go on.
It does beg the question that the Chiron was a sports car.
Yeah.
So to call... do you know what I mean?
I know. I'll tell you what they've done here. They've wanted to make something which was already exclusive...
Right.
...even more exclusive.
Yeah, it makes sense. That makes sense. So coming back down to earth with a bump now from the Chiron to the Audi A3. The new 2019 Audi A3 is to arrive in the summer with a plug-in hybrid tech as well. This is the 4th generation of the Audi A3, which will follow the new Volkswagen Golf into showrooms this year. And it does look good, I have to say. It looks like a very sleek, slightly sleekier version of the previous A3. What else caught your attention in the news?
Well, you have, I mean, seeing as we're bumping right down, aren't we? So 2019 Vauxhall Corsa, they have released images and information about the it's essentially a new electric Mini, which they're going to be releasing later on this year. So I mean, you can see a lot of these manufacturers are releasing affordable cars, as we've discussed earlier on in the EV market.
That's amazing. We were talking about EVs again, just on that topic. So the e-Golf has been voted the perfect fleet choice.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the e-Golf, which I love, the thing I love about the e-Golf is it just looks like any other Golf.
Yes, it does. Yes.
You know, and it's
it's got that blue E.
Yes.
A logo, a letter on it, doesn't it?
That's right. I'm not sure what the range is like on the e-Golf, but apparently, fleet operators are using it a lot and are saying it's a very good choice. So that's very interesting.
The other thing as well is because it's by VW, you know the reliability is going to be there as well. They make good, reliable, solid cars, don't they?
I mean, German cars generally are solid. German cars generally. There's going to be a new electric... I mean, look how much electric stuff is in the news, right?
This is right, yeah.
A new electric Vauxhall Mokka X to be central to the brand's EV plan. So this new pure electric Vauxhall Mokka X is likely to be revealed at the Geneva 2020. And there are some exclusive images here I'm looking at now, but it does nothing for me, I have to be honest.
Okay, well, there's a new Mazda MX-5. It's the 30th anniversary roadster revealed in Chicago.
Okay.
You can redline at 7,500 RPM.
Wow.
It's going to have a lot more power. It's going to be a special edition. I'm looking at the images of it. It looks superb. I mean, we've often seen it, haven't we? Motoring journalists often say that the MX-5 is one of the best cars to drive.
It is.
I've often mooted myself buying one myself, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Although what I will say is that over the years, in my opinion, I think the design has been diluted somewhat. It used to be quite iconic.
Yeah.
I can't remember what years this was. But it used to... Go on.
I think they're trying to just stay current, really. I think what you're saying, you're talking about that round shape, aren't you?
That's it.
Where the headlights were coming up. And
exactly.
Yes, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that is an iconic shape. But,
yeah.
You know, I think it looks fab, I'll be honest with you. Audi have they've facelifted the 2019 RS.
Yeah.
Looks fab. There's not really that many changes to it for 2019. Some subtle changes, really. An angrier face and some peachy engine changes, I'd say. But other than that, fabulous car.
Absolutely. Just leaves us time, really, to start some community announcements. So Central Park Wanderers of Peterborough are a group of residents hosting free monthly wanders in and around Central Park in Peterborough. Each wander takes place on the last Saturday of the month. If you want to get involved, you can send an email to centralparkwanders@gmail.com. There's loads of dates coming up actually, but the best way would be to, rather than me read them all out, would be for you to contact centralparkwanders@gmail.com. That would be the best thing to do. There's the open day coming up soon, which I think we've done in the previous show, so I won't repeat myself, but I think we've had another message as well. Somebody saying, fantastic show, brothers, from a sister, Freddie Beebe. Thank you so much, sister, for watching. Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
That it's good to get feedback. It lets us know that we're doing a half-decent job, which is amazing. But listen, thank you, Brother Akeel, for the co-driving this show. Really appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to do the show with you. You've been listening to Geared Up here on Salaam Radio and 106.2 FM, and of course in Peterborough on in Luton on Inspire FM 105.1. Thanks for listening. We hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back for you again on Friday the 22nd of February, 9 p.m. inshallah. Stay tuned to Salaam Radio. Please stay blessed, and most importantly, stay safe on the roads, inshallah. And stay tuned to Salaam Radio for the rest of the weekend as well, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, and thank you for listening.
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break.